All right, today we're going to be replacing the master cylinder on this here 2001 Silverado. Similar 01 to 07 Silverado Silverado is probably going to be similar. Probably the SUVs as well. You're going to need a 9/16 wrench for the lines right here. You're going to need some kind of pick or whatever to unclip this and then pull this back. And then looking like, I'm going to take a guess it's going to need a 15 on these two. Then other than draining it, which I've already done, you can use a turkey baster or anything like that to vacuum and suck it out. Or you can, if you're doing your lines at this time, then it's already empty like I did. So a different video, I did the lines. Now I'm doing this. We're going to loosen up all these first. So this is just free by itself, and then do the two big bolts last. All right, so these two were 215s. How I did it is I broke them with one of these offset wrenches, and then I just grabbed the straight ratcheting and got them off. But once the one connector's undone and the two lines should just wiggle off if you're empty of fluid. All right, careful of that. You don't want that to get on your paint, which I just did. Look at that. I'm gonna have to wipe that up before, if you leave that, it's probably gonna start rusting. But that's the connector that was under there that you gotta get. We're gonna be replacing it with this NAPA parts, new master. There's the part number. It says it's premium, it's made in China. Does look like it's gonna be the same, so that'll be nice to have. We'll get this one in and it'll go in the same way it came out. All right, so we're gonna bench bleed this master. The two plugs came in the kit. And we're gonna pour, per our directions here. There's method A, which is what we're gonna do because I don't have the tools for the little hose set up for that one. This one we're gonna use the provided plugs, and as you can read the directions right there. But we're gonna put some fluid in until it leaks out. And once it leaks out, we'll put our plugs in and then we can bleed it. All right. So I've just been pushing it with this. It is 100% easier if you get the nice tool that you push here with. It's also easier if you go to Amazon. I think Amazon has the kit for $10. But it's the two fittings, and you route the hose back up here so you can see the bubbles. I think that way it's faster, but you can do it this way. It just takes more effort. And I'm going to show you. So the problem with this way, without the push this way, you always get at least one big air bubble. The thing is, though, that I believe I'm done is because all the little ones have stopped coming up. So I'll show you real quick what it looks like. I guess I can't do that with one hand. It takes two hands of pressure. But basically, there's one giant bubble from the plunge, and then when it was bleeding, there's one giant bubble, but there's tons and tons of little bubbles and smaller bubbles that come up with it. And once I'm down to one giant bubble per push, and that's it. I'm not sure if I can do it with one hand. There's nothing coming up, so I think we're good to put on the truck. You will need more than 1 quart. I only had the one from dot. I need to figure out if I'm about to ruin things. The cap says .3. I'm using .4. I have this other one that's half full, 3/4 full. So, but I believe I will need more than both these to do the whole truck. All right, so I got it in. I'm keeping these in until we're ready. I got those beneath it. Some rags beneath it to catch the fluid, and then my new lines, they're kind of a pain because they're stainless, so we're gonna have to really push a little bit force. It's easier to get it from the front, so we're gonna do the back one first. But first, before I do that, we'll tighten up these 15mm nuts. All right, it's all back on there. This this wire right here is a little tight, so next time I have this cover off, I'll try to see if we can't loosen it up a little bit. But it's connected, so this is tight, this is tight, this is tight. Those bolts are tight. we've got fluid in it. Next up, we would need to start bleeding at the brakes, at the calipers. All right, we're gonna use this Carlisle tool right here. It's a reverse bleeder. I don't know if the new green Carlisle style will have this tool as well. I'm sure it'll be a different part number if they do. But it's basically, you suck it straight from the bottle through the gun and it shoves it back through forward. Not sure how this will work out with the ABS on the truck, but I've got brand new brake lines on this truck, so they're completely empty. So if nothing else, this will just get it full from either side to the ABS, and then I'll bleed it normally if needed. Hopefully this tool does what it says it can do and everything's happy. I do have a couple bleeder screws that are for this truck, and I only got 3 because that's all I had in the store. But according to this, this tool will let you remove fluid from the master reservoir, and it'll pump it out into a bottle, and then just flip it around, prime it so there's no air, and then hook it up to the caliper and pump it through. Now it's plastic, so I don't expect it to last forever, but hopefully it gets me this fill on this truck and one more fill on my next truck, and then I'm doing it here in a couple weeks, and then we'll be good to go. All right, so I'm on my last line, last caliper. Did the back 2, right front, and this one. And what's really nice about this system, now with the stainless lines, if there's any leaking, once I start the truck, you know, I just go to all the connections, find which one's leaking, back it off and snug it, you know, check it again, back it off and snug it. You might have to back these off 2 or 3 times before they really hold, but that's just the nature of stainless steel. It takes a little bit of pressure to kind of mold to the shape it needs to be. But to finish this one off, okay, so I like this self-bleeding system that pushes the air forward. So get it out of your lines like we have here. Buy a gallon jug, it's just easier doing it this method. And then, so we're almost at the max line here. Getting close, but just watch the inside. Once there's no bubbles, then you know you've done that corner and it's where it needs to be. All right, we're about done with this side. All right, so I'm pumping right now, and it's just filling it a little bit. So I think we're good here. All right, so before I take this off, I'm gonna take this line and bring it back. If you can replace the bleeders at this time, you might as well, considering they're like just a couple dollars each. All right, so we've got this tight. All right, so that's on there. Put the little guard back on. And at this point, once you start your truck, like I said, at this point, once you start your truck, just check for leaks and tighten up everything that's leaking, but don't forget to put your cap back on. But this should be fully bled now with fresh fluid. Now, if let's say you did too much, you just take this end of the suction side over here and stick that side in this reservoir, and then you can lower it to where you need and just kind of reverse remove it. But all right, but that's the gist of it. All right, guys, thanks for watching on how to replace the master on these 99 to 07 Chevy and GMC trucks.